Here we are in Canada, in Lake Miniss, actually the outlet of Lake Miniss into Lake St. Joe in Ontario. I'm filming from the bottom of what we call the falls. There you can see the very tippy top of the rapids. That's where we park our boat, on the left hand side there. We park it on a little swampy area and tether it up to a tree, and then we take a portage trail walking with our gear down to that little tree there, where there's a boat tethered by our outfitter for our utes, with an old Mercury motor on it that we use to fish walleyes down here, and it's really consistently one of our favorite spots to come. But we got a little gun shy after our incident of the falling down the falls. So you can imagine how wonderful that was to have my body in that tumultuous turmoil of water. But what we are doing today is Johnny's manning the boat. He's got his little tiller motor back there. He's fishing. We're fishing kind of the eddies down at the bottom of the falls. And we're kind of staying put pretty good. We aren't anchoring. We're just letting the boat kind of move around in the eddies and back trolling a little bit and stuff. And we picked up 8 walleyes in about 15 minutes. And we're hoping to catch just a few more before our curfew of 5 p.m. when we have to be home to feed the troops with the fish that we caught that are safely stored away in the little red bag you can kind of see on that. There you go. Here it is. Johnny's got it. Got 6 really nice fish in that bag. Bring home and fry up. Have some tacos tonight alongside it. It's gonna be great. So here we are.
I got one. Oh.
Johnny's got. Oh, Johnny just missed a fish, it looks like. We got Johnny here catching a walleye in the rapids.
So they feel twice as big.
They feel really big.
But they're twice as quality here too.
Yeah, they're really nice fish.
Hopefully I can get them in.
You can see how hard it is to get it up beyond boat side because you're working against the current pretty significantly. But there, yeah, that's an eater. We'd eat that. Nice fish.
Take that all day long.
Heck yeah.
Beautiful fish.
Yeah, they're really pretty down here, and some of them are really blue. Kind of.
Nice gold color to the side.
Really nice.
Very beautiful fish.
Very pretty.
I'm gonna let him go.
There he goes. Bye bye.
And I'll fall in.
And that'll be the end of our video. Alright, one last panorama of the rapids here for you. Craziness. We love it down here, but it's wild to be on your A game at all times. Alright, we're calling it a day. We're bringing home the bacon.
Sure, when we go up.
And
so now we're pulling in out of the falls. We're going to go back to the landing, which is literally
right here.
Around the corner.
Yeah. So I'll show you where we're headed.
Another safe and successful trip.
Yep, another safe one. You can kind of see our portage trail, the end of the portage trail, and that's like our boat landing. And
it's a little sketchy, but that's just because it is.
It is sketchy, a little bit. Dropped our radio in here earlier, so that's awesome. Up we go. Johnny did a good job. Another successful landing. Here's all the guys on the dock. It's Tuesday night, and they are gassing up the boats for the morning. We just got back from a boat ride. There's Joe. Joe, hi.
Hey.
Hi.
How's it going?
Oh, it is so good.
There's a cool spider in here.
I hate spiders.
It's really kind of shiny on it.
Hey, Dad, are you struggling?
No, he's doing it the easy way.
Are you sure?
He does it the hard way because he likes it that way.
How about you, Peter? Are you on the struggle bus right now?
No,
No.
I'm just making fun of your dad.
Oh.
I was gonna carry that in for him because he's the old guy. I'm younger than he is.
Oh, yeah.
Lay flat. Up. Thus, lay flat. Oh, bastard. That wasn't so easy.
No.
There's our dock. There's our 3 boats.
Doc.
What's up, Doc? There's the lake. This is our panoramic of the lake from our dock.
No, I'm laughing at this. See?
Newest application.
What? The stylet?
Yeah, we did that. Yeah, the stylet rope holder.
That over there is the falls where I was showing you guys earlier. That direction is west.
Stylet
This direction is east. There's Peter.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, gee, Peter, I'm great. Would you like to say a little something into the camera?
Would I like to say anything? I'm just having a real nice time.
A real nice
Had a
time?
good ride and food's been good.
Yeah, okay, I'll tell my mom.
I'd like to thank all the little people that made this possible.
Do you want to say anything to Jesus,
I
though?
can't say all their names.
What about Jesus? Yeah, well, Dale, obviously.
That's all I gotta say about
Okay,
Jesus.
guardian angel.
I think you meant
Guardian
Jesus.
angel.
That's his brother. That's Ramon's brother.
Oh, hey, Ramon's brother is. Gosh, I haven't met him. I haven't even met Caribou Kathy, if you can believe that.
She's a slut.
Oh, anyway. Those are used to be our old boat ramps. We used to bring the boats up on those, and now we have these sort of corral type of things that we come into every day. Then, of course, here's all of our units, our solar panel, our gas tank, our fish bag, an extra boat, which we do sometimes use 4 boats other years. Then we've got the fire pit over there. You can see kind of some wood and crap over there. Then there's more solar panels. More solar panels back there. And then there's the house. Hi, Dad. Would you like to say something?
Well, it's just been a glorious season.
Yeah.
It's been a nice trip.
Yeah.
Hasn't been the greatest fishing today because of a ginormous
Mayfly.
mayfly.
Do you think that it's going to become a pandemic?
Yes.
Do you think we have to watch out for the end of times?
No.
Okay.
End of.
All right. Well, that's what Dad says. We'll see if you're right on December 21st.
21st?
I think so.
First day of winter?
Right, Johnny?
Yeah.
Or Joe?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Whoever it is back there.
It's on another Mayan calendar with 6 months.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
There's the cabino.
yeah, they had that.
Take you for a little walk up the dock here behind these guys. I'll put it back up straight. And that probably doesn't transition that good.
What's the Mayan part? Yeah, Mayan part like that.
Here these guys go. Okay, I'll show you the lake quick. Look at how clear the water is. It's like incredible. It rocks. It's great for swimming. I've swam my buns off this week, like every week. This week it's actually like pretty warm. There's our intake for our drinking water. Yes, you heard me right, drinking water. And here is the boardwalk up to the cabin here. And you can see that we've got this nice deck here. A little awning over the top. It says Miniss. We're Miniss West Cabin. And here's where we do a lot of our cooking. We have our hanging towels and stuff like that out here all the time. Our grill back here behind the cabin kind of ways is one of 3 outhouses. The other 2 are really ramshackle. There's a double holer and a single holer back there in the woods, but they're sketchy. But Dad and Peter still go there because they like to poop together at the double holer. This here is where we cook fish. So that kettle's laying on its side. Now it's drying, but we always fry the fish there. That's a new addition this year to the cabin. It's kind of handy. We sit at this table a lot and just watch the lake and stuff when we're between fishing storms. Here's all of our extra coolers and stuff that get used up early week because we take ice out of them. And then over here you can see off this side of the cabin, it just ends up going into like an incredible amount of woods. And you can see that the woods, there's like kind of a little game trail here, but the woods get really thick, really fast and very overwhelming. It wouldn't take too many steps to get disoriented. It's very buggy. And then over here is some wood chopping. If you want to make your firewood for this fire pit over here, you can do that. We never do that. And then over there is our makeshift septic well for emergency stool drops. And then in here is the cabin. And this is our board we write on every day to see how many fish we've got. Here's where we keep our surplus. Yeah, today is Tuesday. Yeah, you do the math. It ain't good. There's Vern's note for us. We love him. He's an amazing guy. Here's our one couch. Its mate, that was the love seat version of this, was carried out of the cabin when we came in, put in a float plane to go get retired because it had a bunch of duct tape on it where it got eaten by a bear. It was replaced then by that couch there that Jenny's sitting on. It's kind of fit for a king. We like it. Lots of caribou and moose antlers around here. There's Peter. There's Joseph. Here's a table where we eat every night. And here's the stove that we use when it gets cold. We haven't used it this week. Over here is the kitchen. It's where we keep all our stuff. Most of it is already in the cabin, but some of it we bring up. The food we all bring up ourselves, which is located between bins. If it's not mouse proof, it goes in bins. We cover it for the night, so we do have a mouse problem. Up here we put stuff that isn't as easily eaten. We got a pretty decent fridge this year, actually, running off of the solar panels. And we do have running water and stuff like that. Comes from the lake, comes straight from the intake tube that I showed you in the lake. Here's Dad's room. It looks a lot like a dorm room.
I'll turn my light on.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because it's got all these little beds and weird things all everywhere, and it's got like its own little desk, and he hangs up his clothes and his mosquito preventer.
Where's this poster of the naked girl that's supposed to be up there?
Oh, geez, it's like he has guests or something. I don't know. This is Peter and Joe's room. Peter had a beetle in his sleeping bag the other night, and I heard him swishing it around for about 30 minutes. Here is me and Johnny's room. I'm always in this room every single year. I'll show you a little bit more. There's Johnny's bed. There's my bed. We don't keep the neatest house, but it certainly gets the job done. We like it. And then the last thing is our little bathroom, which does have running water in it. Oh, and John's in there. Glad you weren't on the can.
I'm trying to make my coif nice.
For the video.
Yep.
Show it off to the peeps back home.
I gotta comb it.
Just got a toilet
all the
there.
time. It's huge otherwise.
And then a little shower there, which used to be a concrete slab that was like disgusting. It had like poop all over it and stuff. Here is the woods. You know, we're right in the woods basically. Lots of skeeters. You know, but certainly one of my favorite places of all time. Well, anyway, that's about all she wrote for now. I guess we'll keep you staying tuned and next days to come. Goodbye. Here we are in the boat on Wednesday. There's Dad driving with no hands. No hands, no hands. And then you've got no hands on the wheel. What? No hands. You're driving with no hands. So here's our boat. Here's what we take with us every day. Dad, we take him. And then we take that fish finder there. Dad always mans that along with the motor. We always have an oar with us. We don't use it really. Dad's always got a few boxes of jigs and stuff like that. And we bring this double-sided cooler. One half of it is for dry food and one half of it is for cool food. A bunch of jigs. I always bring my book. And this is my station, where I've got the walkie-talkie, fish counter right there. You can see we're at 3 and 1 right now. 3 walleyes, 1 northern. Blue rags we use all the time. And then I keep everything up here organized on stylets from people's throats. There's one, there's the other. There's our boat bag, dry bag. It's got all our survival gear in it, as well as like rain gear and stuff we don't use on an everyday basis. There's our anchor ropes underneath those clothes right now. We haven't been anchoring much this year. We usually do, but not this year. We're heading east right now, which is where we oftentimes go to catch walleyes. And it's been pretty slow the last 2 days. There's been a really big mayfly hatch, and we've had hardly any chop on the water at all. So the walleyes have been fat and happy and not really interested in taking what we're giving them at all. But here you can see on the shoreline just a little bit of civilization. This is the other cabin with Slate Falls with Vern's outfit, and this is the east cabin. We've stayed there one time when they misbooked us and didn't put us in west. We always usually otherwise stay in west. So here we are. This is what it looks like pretty much everywhere on the lake. Lots of trees. Shore Lunch 2012. We ended up on an island near DeLessep's Lake, which is south and east of where we live on Miniss West. And we brought our 3 boats down there. We kind of got our fish caught first thing in the morning. And then we took all of our boats and loaded them down with all the bins and different materials that we needed for shore lunch. And we made our way over this direction, probably a little bit less than an hour boat ride or so. We made a campfire this year because we didn't have a second burner we're used to having at West. And so that worked out pretty good for cooking potatoes and onions. On the other burner, the little camp stove, we cooked our fish. Everybody has a job. Dad's cleaning fish. John's cooking them. Joe and I are messing around with potatoes and onions. Pete's cooking those. Everybody has something to do. There's always stuff to clean. There's always stuff to kind of mess around with. And there's always swimming that's got to be done. I mean, it's not going to do itself. So I took one for the team and swam a few times as well. Took some pictures, enjoyed the show. I didn't have my video camera with me for this, so I just took some stills and I'm doing some reflection voiceover right now for you, recalling some of the highlights. So here we are, eating like kings. You can't beat it. Really, really good time on the shore lunch. Great weather, super hot, but we had enough shade to keep comfortable and definitely a lot of SPF going on there. Left a little guts there for the gulls. Everybody's happy. It's a win-win.
So here we are approaching Secret Lake entry. I'm in the scout boat, so my boat goes a little bit faster than the others, so I'm always in the front. So here we come into our lake, and you can see it's beautiful all the way around here. Here come Dad and Pete behind me, and Katie and Joe. So there they are. And you can see the lake ahead. And once I get in a little further, I'll film some more. It's really beautiful. This is the Narrows, and it probably gets about 15 feet wide here. And then it widens out again into a whole other lake about the size of McCann or Chain Lake back home. Well, not as big as Chain, but McCann back home. Beautiful, beautiful rock walls on either side. You see the sun coming in over the trees. Beautiful sun ray. I'll get on the other side here. Beautiful woodland. There's Joe and Pete. Dad and Kate will be right behind them. Lots and lots of aquatic vegetation, lots of diversity of species here. Very cool area.
Secret Lake. You can see it sort of back there. There's Dad. And behind Dad, that opening there goes to Secret Lake. And we called it that tentatively yesterday without having fished it. So you have to go up a channel to get there. And we weren't going to permanently name it that because we didn't know it was going to be good enough to call it something. But it was. This morning we caught 85 walleyes in there. 5 people. And a couple hours of fishing. It's about a 40-minute drive from home. But this is a channel that we go through in order to get there, and now I'm filming us on the way back towards the cabin. So we're heading west, back towards Miniss West. You have to come through the Shane Hole and head east and south to get here from west. So you can see how pretty this channel is. I just thought you guys would like to see it. And you can see that our other boat guys are up here hanging out in their boats. We're spotting for logs and stuff right now. But I wanted to show you some of the cliffs. But as I'm doing that, I'll show you around some of these beautiful cliffs here. I mean, it's incredible. It's like, you know, you see a little bit of current here, sort of a river type of situation. And these rocks are awesome. This whole channel is like sheer bluffs. Probably 15 feet or something like that. And then pretty soon you open up into Big Lake Miniss again. That's where we go home. Here we are back in the Big Lake. We just left the Secret Lake location and we're heading back to the cabin. Just thought I'd do a little taping out here so you can see what kind of chop on the lake we're used to dealing with. We haven't had a lot of wind this week, which has probably contributed to our low yields of walleyes this year. So this is the kind of thing that we usually like to fish because it really pushes the walleyes into winded points and bottom structure that we like to fish. Here's some nice memorable pictures from inside the cabin. Just thought I'd get kind of some highlights here. We have a lot of beautiful decorations, mostly consisting of bones and antlers in and outside of the cabin. So we use them as coat racks, we use them as rod hangers, and you know, all those kinds of things. It's kind of fun to have those around. We did see one caribou this year. That was a cow, so nothing with antlers this year out in the wild, but they are certainly around. This is the dinner table. We do lots of stuff here, including, of course, having dinner, but also cleaning fish, making sandwiches for lunch, coffee, breading fish, you know, all that kind of stuff. But this is kind of a typical meal setting here, and I'm like ducked behind my dad. You can't even see me, but that's what it looks like. This is the aftermath of having a nice, big, good, hearty meal. If you're anything like Ramon, you might just kind of keel over on the couch. This is a pretty good representation of what me and Johnny's room looks like, and they're all fairly similar, you know, between 2 and 4 bunks in a room. Every night we got a different guy to wear a cowboy hat, either to dinner or for like 2 seconds, whoever catches the most fish. It's a tradition this year. We've never done it before because this beautiful straw hat was left behind by somebody else in the cabin. Other stuff that's noteworthy, you know, every night we have a big dinner, and most nights we'll go out and fish after dinner and then come back and just kind of chill and go to bed by probably between 9:30 and 11:30. 11:30 for us young bucks. Here's a little house of horrors, as I like to call it, the outhouse, very horrifying. Leaning Tower of Pisa in there. This is the outside of the cabin, looking beautiful, and in daylight and in dusk. It's just such a great setting. We love it there. Vern's done a lot of nice things with the cabin ever since we started. It just keeps getting better. Here beginneth our dinner preparations for Wednesday evening. John?
Hello!
What are you doing?
I am opening a malted beverage and watching Dad clean fish. Soon to make some potatoes and then cook all the fish. And we're going to have fried fish, lemon pepper fish, and then blackened fish.
Joe's got the fish breading station over there. Joe, how are you?
Was good. Little hot. Little
sunburned.
Little sunburned today.
Little warm, are you there? It's Canada year, isn't it?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's burning out of this year.
It was 85 degrees in the shade today.
Oh my goodness.
Peter, what are you doing?
Not taking Ramon's shirt into the bed.
Oh, okay. Gosh, why would you have Ramon's shirt? Why would he have that guy's shirt? It's weird, isn't it, Dad?
I don't get it.
Geez, I didn't even think they'd ever met before.
Seems fishy, but of course I'm cleaning fish.
Well,
Pete, I think, actually just left.
We'll watch.
He was going to go out fishing. So.
We're going to watch you clean a fish here, Dad. Oh, hey, Dad, show us your new tool. Look at that. Grandpa Bill's
And he means the one in your
claw.
hand,
And
man.
it's new piece of wood there, you know. Dad, say something funny. Your hair looks crazy.
Yeah, he doesn't need to say anything. Just look at the camera, Dad.
The ocean were a whiskey and I were a duck. I'd swim to the bottom and drink my way up.
How about if you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself?
If you were starving.
If you were a hot dog and you landed on the moon, wait.
If the moon were made of spare ribs, would you eat them? I would. Ooh, that's a nice golden colored one, isn't it, Dad?
That's a fatty, too.
All these fish today were caught before like 8 o'clock a.m. by Johnny and Pete. They went to the falls while the others of us struggled at Gull and got 3 in one. And then we went.
3 of them. You and Dan got 3 of them. I just struggled with the boat.
We love struggling, don't we, Joe?
It's a Shane family trait. You know you're truly a Shane if you are struggling.
If you're on the struggle bus.
The struggling with the most menial of tasks.
Oh. Well, gosh, I sure can't wait to see if Ramon shows up. Hi, Johnny, you're frying some fish.
I am frying some fish, and I am about ready to clip the fish.
Oh, let's watch.
Beautiful walleye caught this morning by me and
Oh,
Pete.
look at that. Oh, that looks so good.
So it's the old Ritz cracker recipe.
We do
World famous Wisconsin style.
4 fillets of Ritz today. 4 fillets of lemon pepper. 4 fillets of that red thing.
Blackened.
Yeah.
Pet red.
Ramon, what do you got cooking over there?
We be cooking steaks.
Oh. Okay, how are you?
What's that?
Fine meso steaks.
Uh-huh.
Over here.
Over here?
The alligator steaks. Yeah. Put that bacon in. What?
Switch to Cajun.
Now Italian.
What we gonna do? We gonna go cook the steaks and they're all put together. We do spaghetti tomorrow night.
Okay, French.
Katie, you gave me this much tinder.
I haven't dropped my rifle. This is the best. The best of these steaks.
No, we.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
On the way home.
Ramon, it's great to see you back.
It's good to be back.
Yeah.
I miss you,
You,
all.
so much. We haven't seen you in 2 years.
I was lost. I was gone.
It's too bad about you and Caribou Kathy, but I guess.
She is nothing to me. Don't drag her up. I do not talk to her.
All right. Well, I'll turn the camera off now that you've gotten so upset.
Yeah. Take it away.
Well, here we are, the last day. We just had a flyover from our plane, and you can see him coming in there, just landing. So this plane is called the Caravan, and it's a really nice turboprop plane. Can hold about 6 guys plus all of our gear. There's Earl the Seagull in front, and this is a pretty sweet machine as it's coming up. Here he comes in. Do I? No. So this is the plane we always take. And that's that. He's going away now. Goodbye.
Here we are in the plane. We're on our way back home. This is what it looks like. There's Johnny, Joe, Dad, and our stuff. Some of our stuff back there. This is what the scenery looks like. We're really low this time in our plane. We're flying really low, and we saw moose on this side of the plane. Johnny and I did, and Dad and Joe saw moose on the other side of the plane. So it's really nice to fly this low. We like it a lot. Peter's up in the cockpit with the pilot, who's like a guy probably my age or younger, but does a really, really good job, like all the bush pilots do. And we just packed our stuff up at Miniss West and unloaded a bunch of new guys. They're going to be there for a week. That happened to know the one guy through another guy. It's kind of a small world. So anyway, we're having all sorts of fun looking around as our last sort of glimpse of the bush before we get into Sioux Lookout. But then even when we're in Sioux Lookout, our first few hours in the car in Canada, we still every once in a while see moose, bear, and even wolves. So I'm hoping for some wildlife sightings on the road too. Over and out.